We often hear in the mainstream media that inflation is desirable, that it's positive for the economy. Central banks are not happy when inflation doesn't reach the desired level. But is it true that constantly rising prices as a result of monetary inflation is good for us? First, let's explain the phenomenon itself. To put it as simply as possible, if the only goods in the world were 4 pencils and the total money supply was $4, each of the pencils would cost $1. If the central bank would then create another $4 and the amount of pencils does not increase, how much would a pencil cost now? Exactly, $2. Monetary inflation is an increase in the quantity of money. Monetary inflation is not the same as rising prices, though the two are related. The popular definition of inflation as an increase in the general price level is not complete and doesn't tell us the main cause of rising prices. We see the general rise in prices when the money supply increases faster than the demand for money. Price inflation, then, is often a consequence of monetary inflation. We can also have monetary inflation without increasing prices. This could happen if the number of dollars and the number of pencils increase by the same amount at the same time. We can also have rising prices without inflation if the amount of money remains unchanged and a natural disaster or a war destroys 2 pencils. Most often, however, monetary inflation is accompanied by an increase in prices, although the process is not immediate. So why is monetary inflation, and in effect, price inflation, bad for us? First of all, because it diminishes the purchasing power of our savings and salaries. Inflation is a hidden tax. It is hidden because you see the same amount of money in your account, but with a 10% increase in the price level, you will be able to buy 10% less stuff. Debtors, however, benefit from inflation. The value of their debt falls as much as the value of savings. Most governments in the world are heavily indebted, so inflation is convenient for them. At the time of borrowing, the money is worth more, or buys more than at the time of repayment. Inflation, therefore, discourages savings and promotes consumption, because it is better to buy today if tomorrow everything will be more expensive. Another effect of inflation is an increase in wealth inequality. Newly created money is not distributed equally through the economy. Those who get the money first have the advantage, because they can buy before the price inflation. People who get the money last are in the worst situation, because they are most affected by its falling purchasing power. Monetary inflation is the opposite phenomenon. It's a reduction of the money supply.